So we finally got there to where we going. We finally got up there. I mean, I was driving. I was doing at least 100, trying to get to my daughter, and at the same time trying to be safe. So we finally got to the hospital. I was saying, Lord, I went into the building. I said, where's the intensive care unit? Because never been into this hospital. These are the best doctors you will ever have. They were like, the second floor. I knew what number she was in. So I got to the second floor. I let her know. I said, look, I'm her mother. I need to get back to my daughter. So they had called back there. They found out that I'm the mother. And I said, okay, they let me back. And when I walked into that room, I said, what in this world happened to my daughter? I've seen machines everywhere. When I tell you she had the most machines hooked up to her, she was sedated, but she could hear and still move around and squeeze your hand, but she was just sedated. She had machines, and so I went out there to talk to the doctor. I said, what is going on? She said, ma'am, your daughter had surgery, and she had a hole in her colon, and the hole in her colon, all her toxin, waste, food, all of it just was going out into her stomach, and it made her septic. I said, oh, okay. And they said that she had a bad infection all in her body. And they said that's what she's in here for. And she says, your daughter's in a bad condition. They said they was letting me know what she was all on and everything, and that the condition she was in did not look good. So I didn't say nothing. I said, okay, which I already was praying. So I went and grabbed my husband. I said, let's go somewhere. We need to pray. So I took him to the side, and I just started praying and seeking God. And I said, Lord, I said, I'm here now. I said, the atmosphere is fixing to change. And I said, and she's going to get better, because they was letting me know her kidneys was not functioning at all, that they had to put on dialysis. They had put a tube in her neck to drain blood through the machine. All her blood was coming out of her body into the machine and going back into her body after it cleansed it, because she was not, her kidneys had shut down, 100% shut down. She was on 4 blood pressure medicine, which her blood pressure was dropping. So I said, okay. I said, Lord, I said, I'm here with her now. And I said, the atmosphere is fixing to change. And I said, you're going to touch my daughter's body, and you're going to heal her. Everything that's not functioning, it's going to operate. And I command it to, in the name of Jesus. And I was just praying day and night, all around the clock, every day. And each day, she was progressing. It took, I will never forget this, it took 4 days. The first day we got there, she was improving. She started moving around and stuff, you know, and she knew that I was there. I said, I'm here. I said, this is your mother. I said, I'm here for you, okay? I said, don't worry. I said, you're going to be okay. And I said, we just got to get you better. The second day, her kidneys started working. And they didn't understand, like, how this was going. Like, the doctor was coming in like, I don't understand, like, how is this happening? So they was telling us we got to go back in there and we got to repair her colon. So she's going to have another surgery. She said, he said that we think she's strong enough to have it, which that was the third day. Because the second day, they didn't want to do nothing because they didn't think she was too weak. Blood pressure dropping and stuff. She was just way too weak. So the third day, they was like, well, we just got to go get this tested to figure out what is this that's in her colon. It was like abscesses in her colon or whatever. And I said, okay. So to make a long story short, they did the surgery. The surgery was a success. They sewed her back up. My daughter's stomach is split open, which I'm going to show you in this video right here. And I'm showing you this because I'm going to tell you what my daughter had to actually go through. if y'all don't know. And don't nobody gotta help us. I'm not asking nobody else for anything. So y'all quit calling my phone and say, do you need something? Don't ask that dumb question. Y'all stop doing that. Quit doing it. If I'm not working and I'm taking care of my daughter 24 hours, why would you ask a dumb question like that? So anyway, back to what I was talking about. This the picture that I'm going to show you on there. This is the picture that I want to show y'all that's after the fact. So you're going to see that because I didn't really want to show y'all the other picture where her stomach is just open and you deep till you can see the stitches. I'm not showing you that, but I'm going to show you how it healed and it's still open. So we did all of that. We stayed up there. It was, like I said, it was on the third day, which when they opened her up the second time, everything went to her liver. If you have cancer, airheaded, it spreads, and it went to her liver. She had abscesses on her liver. They was telling us, they was bringing us in the room. Your daughter done made some miraculous changes. Like, we never thought that she would make these changes. She went from all of these tubes in her body, all of these things, veins and IVs all over her body, to no more medicine that she had to take. She didn't have to take no more blood pressure medicine. She got off of all four. Her kidneys started functioning 100%. She got off of dialysis because she was on dialysis. They took the respirator out of her mouth. I think it took 4 days, 5 before I got there, maybe 4 days. They took that out of her mouth. She finally was able to talk to me. They took everything out to the point she was 100% great. But when they opened her up, her breathing started to change. Because I guess the cancer had spread it rapidly to the point they took us into the room and told us things are so bad right now that we're giving your daughter 2 weeks to live. Her daddy done broke down over there hollering and crying. Boyfriend done busted a wall, hit his hand against the wall, all outside hollering. I'm just sitting there with tears rolling down my face and just thinking like, what are y'all doing? And God spoke to me. He said, dry your tears and don't cry another tear. He said, don't you trust me? I said, I do, God. He said, well, dry your tears and gird up and know that I am God and I'm going to fix it. I said, okay, God. So they was in there having a conversation with us, and they was saying, we need to get your daughter back home, because they didn't want her to just flatline up there. Flatline meaning passed. They didn't want her to flatline up there because then there was going to be problems of us getting her back home and all of that stuff. So I'm thinking, like, first of all, I told that doctor, I said, I rebuke you. My daughter's not going to live 2 weeks. She's going to live more than 2. I rebuke you of what you're saying, that she's in stage 4. I rebuke you saying that she don't have that much time to live. We're going to try to get her back home. He said, I'm going to say 2 weeks, between 2 weeks or a week. This is what was told us where we was at. So I said, okay, then, I already gird up. I let them went on outside, did all that hollering and crying and stuff, because they literally... And I'm thinking, like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all really gonna accept that? Like, I'm not accepting none of that. Y'all can accept it over your life, but you won't accept it over my daughter, because my daughter's gonna live and she shall not die, and she will declare the works of God. That's what I said in front of every last one of them. They thought I was crazy. So after that had happened, we walked back in where she was. And, at that time, we had been there for like a week and a half, going on almost 2 weeks. And we still was there. Her breathing just started, she was hyperventilating. Heart rate 150. Hyperventilation between 31 and 40. Which they're supposed to be 12. Heart rate supposed to be at 80. Between 70, 80, some in that area. Heart rate was 150. And they just knew, and they was steady, was pumping my daughter with fluid and stuff, and we didn't know that the fluid was building up on her stomach and her lungs. Like, we didn't know none of that. So to make a long story short, I'm going to do a part 4. And it's going to be talking about whenever she got out the hospital there in where she was.